whose presence continues to enrich our company and our community. I'm pleased to be the MC at this morning's news conference, which is being led by Alberta's Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, RJ Sigurdson. We'll also hear from my colleague Sherry Evers, who is Imperial's Senior Vice President over Sustainability, Commercial Development, and Product Solutions. Chris Vervate, the Executive Director of the Canadian Oilseed Processors Association, is also here to provide his remarks. Before we get started, I'd also like to acknowledge the Mayor of Strathcona County, Rod Frank, for coming out and hearing the news on this project. Mayor Frank has been an advocate for Imperial and this refinery, and we thank him for joining us today. Imperial has been part of Alberta's landscape for decades. It's our mining operation in the Fort McMurray area, to our operations in Coal Lake, to this refinery here in Strathcona County. I'm very proud that this refinery has kept our customers and our communities moving for over 75 years by producing and supplying the vital energy products that society needs, like motor gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and asphalt. We are committed to fueling the future by continuing to produce these traditional energy products while also evolving our operation and making strategic investments that are setting ourselves up for a lower emission future. Our renewable diesel project is the centerpiece of that suite of lower emission investments. We will start producing renewable diesel right here at the Strathcona refinery next year, and it will be the largest renewable diesel facility in all of Canada. It's rewarding to know that we are making a difference by reducing our environmental footprint and contributing to a cleaner energy future for our employees, our neighbors, and our communities. We have an absolutely incredible team of people who have been working very hard to bring this project to life, and I am so proud just to be part of the team with them. I'd now like to invite the Minister to come and share news about Alberta's support for this very important project. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Damien, for welcoming us to your site for this incredible announcement today. I'm pleased that you, Sherry, and Chris are joining us today, and as well, Mayor Frank for being on site as he continues to be such a huge advocate for his area. Now, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the Strathcona refinery on achieving 75 years in operation, which is amazing. And our government recognizes the positive impact Imperial has had on the province's economy over the past years. You are an industry leader, applying technology and innovating to develop energy resources in a responsible manner. We understand global companies like yours have lots of options when it comes to business expansion. And that's why we are doing what it takes to ensure Alberta offers a welcoming, business-friendly climate. We want to keep innovators like Imperial here while attracting new businesses to expand the economic footprint within our borders here in Alberta. While Alberta offers one of the most competitive business tax systems in North America, we knew we could do more. And that's why we introduced the Agri-Processing Investment Tax Credit in the spring of 2023. This new tax credit is helping drive innovation and growth in the province's agri-food and bioprocessing industries by building on Alberta's other competitive business and tax advantages. That said, I'm thrilled to announce that Imperial has qualified for this program by building the largest renewable diesel facility in Canada, and it's right here in the Strathcona refinery. Now, Imperial's $720 million investment in this cutting-edge capital project qualifies for Alberta's Agri-Processing Investment Tax Credit. When the facility is fully operational, it will transform canola and other seed oils into renewable diesel that is lower in emissions than conventional fuels. To make this happen, Imperial will be sourcing most of its feedstock from canola producers right here in the province. In the meantime, construction is well underway, and the project is creating about 600 direct construction jobs for Albertans. Not only that, Imperial and the canola processors expect additional employment opportunities once the operation begins. Our government recognizes their business relationship will have invaluable economic spin-offs for Alberta's oilseed sector as well. We are pleased to know that Imperial will be sourcing low-carbon hydrogen for its operations from Air Products in Edmonton. Using low-carbon hydrogen to produce the lower emissions renewable diesel will help cut greenhouse gases. As you can tell, this project has multiple benefits for Albertans, but I will leave it to the experts that are here today to tell you more about that story. Looking ahead, our government is excited to continue working with Imperial as they finalize this project. We also invite other agri-food and bioprocessing companies to check out our Ag Tax Credit program. You can apply if you're planning to build or expand a value-added manufacturing project here in the province, or if you've already got shovels in the ground. With incentives like the Ag Tax Credit, our government is continuing to support Alberta producers and keep our province at the forefront of innovation. And I think this is such an incredible story, bringing agriculture and energy together. So very exciting news. I will now pass it off to Sherry Evers, the Senior Vice President of Sustainability, Commercial Development, and Product Solutions.
All right, good morning, and thank you all for being here at Imperial Strathcona Refinery. As noted, we've been in operation here for 76 years, and it's going to be the future home of Canada's largest renewable diesel facility, so we're extremely excited about that. I'd like to thank Minister Sigurdson for his comments and for the Alberta government for their support for this project through the agri-processing investment tax credit. This is an extremely important project for Imperial. It's the centerpiece of a suite of investments to help Canada meet its low carbon fuel standards and demonstrates our commitment to investing in projects and technologies that reduce greenhouse gas emissions in our own operations, but also importantly for our customers and for Canadians looking to achieve their sustainability goals. But the impact of this project extends far beyond Imperial. Hundreds of Albertans have already been directly supporting the construction of this facility, and many others will be employed by our business partners and service providers, local companies, Indigenous businesses, and larger organizations with operations here in the province. Critical modules for the project were fabricated locally near the refinery, and the thousands of valves that are needed for the project were sourced from Indigenous-owned business. And so you can see amazing collaborations occurring for this project across the region. When this facility starts up, Imperial will begin purchasing large volumes of plant oils, which will serve as the biofeedstock for this facility. This creates a new end-use stream for the agriculture industry and for the farmers across Western Canada. This is also an exciting connection for me personally. I grew up on a farm my entire life and have spent my entire career so far in the oil and gas industry. And when you can see that the agriculture and oil and gas industries, which have been part of the economic framework of this province for nearly a century, coming together to think about the future opportunities for how we can create low emission fuels for the province and for the country, it truly is an incredibly exciting and transformational opportunity for us for the future. At Imperial, we believe that collaboration is critical to achieving the company's, the province, Canada's, and net zero goals. The Renewable Diesel Project is bringing together Imperial, the Alberta government, customers, local businesses, and the agriculture industry in meaningful ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. I want to once again thank Minister Sigurdson and the Alberta government for their support and for being here today as we continue the construction progress of this important facility. I'd now like to invite Chris Verveet from the Canadian Oilseeds Processors Association to leave a few remarks.
Thank you, Sherry. And thank you to the Alberta government and Imperial for the invitation to participate in today's exciting announcement. I'm pleased to be here representing the Canadian Oilseed Processors Association and the Canola Council of Canada. COPA, as we're known as, or the CCC, which is the Canola Council, collectively represent all links of the value chain, including Canada's 43,000 canola growers exporters, life science companies, and the industry's 14 value-added processing facilities spanning every province from Alberta to Quebec. I would like to take a second to list the contributions that canola industry makes to the province of Alberta. It is estimated to contribute about $8 billion a year to Alberta's economy, supporting 65,000 jobs in the province. Canola is Alberta's highest value crop, with farm cash receipts worth $3.9 billion in 2023. In 2023, Alberta produced almost 30% of Canada's canola at 5.4 million tons. There are 4 canola processing facilities in the province today, representing a combined capacity to process more than half of the canola that is produced in Alberta. It's important to recognize the role of industry and government in the collaboration for achieving these contributions. Today's announcement is a shining example of continued collaboration that will help support growth in Alberta's 2 key economic sectors, energy and agriculture. We are excited to see this investment being made in canola, in Alberta's canola country. Local production of renewable fuels derived from locally grown canola provides an important market diversification opportunity right here in our own backyard that will benefit farmers, processors, and the entire value chain in the province of Alberta. To put a finer point on this opportunity, this facility represents demand for canola seed that could be as large as 2.5 million metric tons per year. That's the size of some of our largest export markets today. This is value-added demand, as seed will be processed locally, supporting investments, job creation, and prices at the farm gate. Simply put, a project of this magnitude is a game changer for our industry and a win-win for all parties involved. On behalf of the canola industry, I want to thank Imperial and the government of Alberta again for this opportunity, and we look forward to further collaboration and a bright future of value creation with our partners in Alberta. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. This concludes the speaking portion of today's news conference. I'd now like to ask Jesse Rampton, the press secretary for the Agriculture and Irrigation Committee, to come forward and facilitate questions and answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we will be moving on to the media portion of our announcement today. Just a reminder to all reporters in the room and on the call that we have all 4 speakers available to answer questions today. So we'll start with reporters in the room, if there are any. We just have a microphone in the back. No reporters in the room, so we'll move on to the calls. Operator, if you could put through our first caller.
There are no questions on the phone at this time.
And that ends today's news conference. Thank you.